Oh.
What is a sacrifice you've made?
What is a sacrifice you've made
that I haven't acknowledged?
and why do you think
That is.
And why do you think that is?
Any sacrifices that I have made have been acknowledged in some way, shape, or form.
You acknowledge everything pretty well. I also feel like you made the bigger sacrifices.
I think we've both made sacrifices. I think mine just seem bigger because I moved across the country.
We've made sacrifices for each other. And I think that we acknowledge them for each other. I think the one is, I have to say, is like our living where we live.
You definitely did the heavy lifting on moving to come be with me, and I'm grateful for that because I don't think I couldn't have done what you've done.
I would like to say that I feel I have not acknowledged how much time you've given me.
I think there's a lot that gets taken for granted of what I do.
Yeah.
You know it. I know you know it. I know you know it. But I think a lot of it gets taken for granted.
Yeah.
So instead of financial support, you've given me a lot of support with your time. You take care of banjo when I was working full time. And I feel like you were getting paid for that. It took hours out of your day. And then I'd be frustrated with you that you weren't doing more.
There's the superhero complex, right? That's just Stan, he can just do that. And you forget that I struggle through it every day.
Yeah.
So I don't think I wanted to acknowledge, I'm not seeing everything you're doing.
It's just hard when, the conversation shifts to me not appreciating you.
Yeah.
And my language is to I show you that I love you through providing for you.
It's easier to acknowledge the tangible. Mm-hmm. It's a lot easier to see, physically, I don't know physically, but I'm giving you money, right? I'm helping you financially. And it put a lot of stress on me that feels more important than you and what you've been giving.
Every now and then we have, conversations like this or the one we had last night, and then all of a sudden, it's just holy shit, you idiot. I can't believe you've just been swinging along, enjoying the ride and not acknowledging the effort daily and just taking it for granted.
Well, thanks for sharing. I appreciate you noting the time and everything.
But I know you know. And we talk about it, and we're good about it.
Yeah, I know.
The biggest thing for me was meeting your mom for the first time. I've always wanted to be in a family that accepts me, with open arms,
I do still feel I don't know if I want to call it rejected.
When it came to your mom and the lack of love, that really hurt a lot.
Sometimes I feel okay, well, she's here. I know she found us. And yep, that's Jean over there. But
that's one sacrifice I do feel like I've made is wanting to have a first family. My first family, feels like we're estranged, really. So I was really hoping that the relationship, whenever that happened, I would finally feel embraced and loved.
That's part of the talk you have with yourself when you look for your birth family. You say, well, whatever's on the table, I'll work with that, or I won't. But all I want to do is just find them.
And it broke my heart when, your mom, didn't fill that void.
I couldn't help but continually try to, because I wanted that, right? The relationship but I didn't want it to be
like an obligation.
And it took you a while, I think, to confront her about seeing me as not like, oh, you're your little friend, you know what I mean? But like someone in your life, you know, that wants to be there forever.
There's a lot of times that I feel like I'm trying, you know, but folks are making it really hard. It's a hurtful place to stand when you don't want to stand.
Yeah, that's one thing that pains me still. I don't know if you know if it's how much it still pains me, but
yeah.
I wouldn't have blamed you if you decided like, I'm good off these people. It just feels like a deep, deep gift that you just stayed there so that I could go and get my shit together and go to therapy and do all the things that I needed to do to actually be able to show up to the love.
I'm sorry that I haven't acknowledged that as much as I could. I think that I've learned to fight for your sense of safety.
You've been a safe space to hold my feelings, to acknowledge my feelings, and to really hold them, right? And I don't know, I'm grateful for that.
Honestly, I guess the biggest one would be continuing to be with you when you've told me many times you don't want to be with me. And trying to convince you that this is right.
I don't know if this is so much a sacrifice, but I feel like I've never had a relationship feel like this, like a secret of sorts.
Like I said earlier, no one has had such a bigger impact on me than you.
I don't understand why, I guess.
So it feels like I'm kind of giving up that part of me that you helped me find.
It's not a sacrifice. It just feels bad.
Yeah. Do you think that's still lingering from how we started? Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
Usually money is the obstacle. And then the next thing that's an obstacle is the limiting belief that I'm good enough to make that money. You know, that was self-doubt was a huge thing for me.
Even though we decided we were doing the thing and dating each other exclusively, it didn't change what our relationship feels like to the world or to our friends.
I just feel like we've been building this beautiful puzzle or building or pyramid or something, and it's had some holes, but we've been patching them up, and I feel like I've done some great things for you, but there's more I can do.
What do you think would change that?
Probably integrating each other into our lives more.
Yeah.
Hanging out with our friends.
It's just a matter of working on the right things to be able to have that reciprocated fully.
I understand that. That's hard. Yeah.
I don't know. I think that sometimes everyone gets so caught up in their life and the things that are going on in their life that it's hard for them to see the way that others are holding them.
Yeah.
So that's the one.
And I want to just acknowledge now, I do know it's a sacrifice for you.
To have your sister say, thank you for standing. And I saw you and I saw you standing. And I saw you standing. And thank you for that.
I'm going to try to acknowledge that more.
No, thank you.
Do you want to have more intimate conversations with your partner, but they're reluctant to join you? Do you sense that there's a more fulfilling connection that you can build, but you don't quite know how to do it? I'm proud to share with you 12 Questions for Love. It's a toolkit, it's a roadmap so that you can deepen the relationships in your life. In this book, you'll learn how to create the physical and emotional space so that you can have a transformative conversation. 12 Questions for Love. a guide to intimate conversations and deeper relationships.